Good morning. I'm going to show you how to build this covered wagon kit. It will come with a 3D printed covered wagon top, a little barrel, some string. It's got a pen and 2 punch-out boards. All right. So make sure your work surface is clean before you start. Not clean. Protected or clean, whatever. Wax paper is usually the best. I'm on glass, which I can clean off with a scraper, so I'm not using that. And I am using this glue right here, Instaset and Instacure. So the glue, and then this is the spray that dries it instantly. Oh, and then also I have this tip on my glue. You can buy them separately. This is an old bottle, and the tip has been cut numerous times. So put that on and then snip it off at the length that you want. But this does not come with your things. You can buy it on Amazon. All right, so the first thing you'll want to do is punch out your pieces. I'm going to set this one aside, and we're going to go with these first. These are numbered, so as we punch them out, let's go ahead and put them in order. So this one, you'll see the number right here is number 1. And number 2. Three. And I am just lining them up so it'll be easy to find them. And where's number 4? Number 4 is right here. And number 5. And number 6 is right here. And 7 is right here. 8 is right next to it. And then we've got this piece right here is our very last piece. Number 18. So let's punch that out and put it aside. But right now we are looking for number 9, right? 7, 8. Sorry, I haven't built this for a few months. Well, we'll find that when we get to it. Number 10, 11, 12. Huh, that's number 9. Okay. And so if something comes off like that, just clean it. This is number 13. It's really tiny down there. And then 14 right here. And I think this one is 15. And yeah, you'll probably want some sort of X-Acto knife. I forgot to say that. Okay. The wheels are step 17, so that's all together. So I'm just putting them over on this side because I'm running out of desk space on the other side. Alright, so that came off a little bit dirty there. Okay, wheels over there. And then over here, these pieces have fallen out there for a box that you'll put your dishes in, it says here. No, it says cooking. So you can put some cooking utensils and stuff in there. We'll put that on the right hand side. And then this one is for a little baby cradle. So it's another piece altogether. And I'm going to put that to the left of me. Just, we'll do that last-ish. Okay. Okay, we have all the pieces out, and let's start building. Okay, number 1 and number 2 are first. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. So there's a burn mark on these. Let's do the burn mark always out. So number 2. Okay. Burn mark out. You can tell it's been a while. I'm so sorry. I'll get going here and figure this out. Okay, so number 2 is going to go like that. And we won't glue this until we got a bunch of pieces on here. So you're going to need to hold it together, which is, there we go. That was 3, and then number 4. So this right here is the piece that's going to go in between here, and that's one reason you don't want to glue it yet, is because you've got to fit it in between this area with the decoration, the engraving on the outside. It doesn't mean much right now, but it's going to be your wagon cover, your wagon tailgate, I should say. Okay, so that was number 4. We'll go to number 5 next. And number 5 goes in the front, and I'm still pinching this. Okay, we don't want that to fall out. So number 5, burn mark to the outside. We want this little hole on the top, and push it down. You can keep pinching this tight. Okay, and then number 6, that is going to go on top of that, like this. But let's go ahead and come underneath and glue it before we put number 6 on. So I'm just pinching it nice and tight. Let's just put some glue. Don't put glue right where these dips are. We don't want any globs right there for when we put the axles in. Oh, I just said don't put glue there. So, see, I was doing that so that I could show you. Don't put glue right there, because there's a little indent right here, and that's where the axle will go. And yeah. Okay, now this is our Insta set, sorry. I don't want to wait while I'm building this. I don't ever want to wait, actually, but I get it put together so that we can keep going. All right, now let's go ahead and put number 6 on top there. These are a little bit fragile, so on the edges, push down on those if you can, so you don't break it. If you do break something while you're building, let me know and I will send you a new piece. That one, I guess I wasn't very good at getting the glue right there. You'll probably want a paper towel also. So I've got a little gap, and wiping off the extra glue, and we'll put some spray right there. If when you're building you glue your fingers together, if you have kids doing this, you might want to have some uncure with you, which will help get your fingers apart without cutting your skin off. So, okay, number 6. And then let's go to number 7. Number 7 is going to go right here. And go ahead and put glue in the areas where those two pieces are coming together. But do not put any glue where this little hinge area is. Push it in nice and tight, make sure it's lined up straight. And let's go to number 8. Again, in the crack where the pieces come together. Over here, but not on the hinge. This one does not have an alignment guide, so just make sure you use your fingers and line it up well. I don't want it to move, so spray it. Okay, that's number 8, and then number 9. 9 was the piece that I was having a hard time finding the number for, so number 9. And I think number 9 goes in here. This must be for the wagon seat. So let's bring these pieces back here. Okay, 9 and then 10. We don't want the... Okay, so this is the seat. Here's the back of the seat. And here are the pieces that you want to put in here, and the decoration to the outside so that you can see it when it's in. So let's do take number 9, and let's put just a little bit of glue right here and here. And then put number 10 in right there. And you've got the decoration to the outside. And now let's do number 11. Decoration to the outside. So on this one here, I put the 11 down, which you don't see that little part. So if you're worried about that, put the number down and it won't ever show. But the reason you have a permanent marker in there is so you can cover up these little tabs if you want to. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the wagon box in, and so doing that we just need some glue on these 4 spots right here. I don't want it to move, so I spray it. This spray evaporates really quickly, so you shouldn't have a problem with it. And then this piece here, we're going to put right here, so let's go ahead and put some glue right there, and then also on top of number 12. And because I just sprayed this, it will also, you know, it's still a little bit wet. It's going to dry pretty quick. Most of it dries pretty quick, so just so you know. Okay, there's your little wagon seat. Looks good. Now let's get the front piece done. That was number 12, I think. Here's number 13. And we want always the decoration on the outside is going to go right in here, like that. And you know what? I'm not going to glue it yet, because 14, well, here's 15, right? We've got to get this little lid for the wagon box in here. So don't glue these 13 and 14. Get your wagon box lid in there. Make sure it moves, make sure it's in there well. And let's go ahead and glue it now just on the bottom, or just in the back here. And then it can't hurt to put a little extra glue as long as it's not anywhere near a hinge. I know my grandson had fun throwing these down the stairs the other day, and they will break if you do that multiple times. All right, so there we go. Make sure it's straight. I broke this little tab off accidentally. I need to fix that so there's not so much writing there because it makes it break off. But for now, it's going to have a little bit of mud on it. Okay. Now let's do the front of the wagon box, and this is number 10, no, 16. And it's going to go right here. It helps if you just put it on the piece. Okay. Make sure it's flush. There we go, looks pretty good. Okay, that was number 16. 17 is all the wheel pieces. And we've got a gap here, and that's because this is number 18 after the wheels. But this piece is what holds your wagon cover on. And you don't want to put it on yet because you've got to be able to get this in the tabs. Okay. So make sure number 18 is still not attached. Let's do the wheels. All right, so these go together like this. But first let's put a wheel on, and I want the burn side on the outside. So we'll put 2 wheels on. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I've got this pushed together snug, okay? The wheels will be over here. Don't glue them. But go ahead and put a little bit of glue in your axle. Just on 2 sides there. Just so you don't have to hold it while you make everything else. And then this. You're going to have to keep your wheels apart and then put it in this ditch right here that we didn't put glue around. So let's go ahead and put some glue in that ditch right now. You don't want it seeping out the edges because then it could glue your tire in place, and we want it to be able to move. I don't look like, sorry, I can't see it very well. I keep taking it out of your view here. I think that's down as far as it goes. And since I put glue in the ditch, it's not quite all the way down. So let's go ahead and just put a little dab of glue under here. Just don't get any glue on the wheel again. Make sure your wheels spin. There we go. We're getting there. Okay, one more axle to do. Burn mark to the outside. And then the other outside. Pinch that nice and tight together, and let's just put a little bit of glue here so it doesn't move. Then spread your wheels apart. Okay, that goes in there nicely. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue in that. In the deepest ditch. Now I'm having a hard time lining it up the second time here. There we go. Okay. Put it in there nice and tight. Make sure your wheels move. This kind of needs to be centered so the wheels are both freely moving on both sides. Okay. And for safety's sake, so it doesn't fall apart, another little bit of glue here. Just stay away from your wheels. Okay, looking good. All right, now we've got our wagon cover. There's a little bit of a rough spot right here. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, clean it off. Okay, so there are little tabs on this, on one side. They go in this hole right here. And then this hole, whoops, this hole right here. All right, so, oh, what was that? I don't know what that was. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue. We want to put the glue here. And then here. You can put this piece on afterward, but now is okay too. There we go. Okay, line that up. Push it in tight. Just make sure it's nice and lined up and make sure that your wagon cover still opens. And when you spray, move your bottle away if you're spraying. Okay, holding that in place while it dries. Looking good. We're almost there. Look at that. You've got a moving wagon box lid. And the tailgate moves, and you should have your wagon cover move. We do have a few extra pieces we need to punch out right now to put here and here, and get our horses put on there. You might have pieces in here that should be punched out that aren't, and that just, you just punch them out. Okay, the horses need to come out, and this is their harness, I guess, that will hook them up to the wagon. Be careful taking these out so that they don't break. All right, now let's get these 5 pieces out too. They're pretty small, so if you just punch them out with something other than your fingers, it helps a little bit. And they're pretty tiny, so don't drop them. I'm putting the people aside and all the little things that go inside the wagon for the moment. You might need to clean up your little pieces that you popped out. Okay. The tab here just sticks out a little bit, and I want it flush on the wagon. It goes right here and it holds the barrel in. So that's why I just clean that tab off a tiny bit. And we're going to put it in right there. And that's where the barrel will go. So just put a little bit of glue in your hole. And then these are your little hooks. One is for rope, and the other one is so you can attach your the rope for your cow and pull your cow behind your wagon as you're traveling. So put them in there and spray them since we're turning it over. I'll show you how your little wagon, your barrel goes in there. There you go. Okay, and these are just hooks again on this side, and this I put my axe in it, or a gun. Actually, I think the gun is the best, because your axe, a lot of your other tools will go in that wagon box. You probably don't need as much glue in these little holes as I put. See how it's seeping out a little bit? Okay, make sure they're nice and straight. I put way too much glue in. Take some of that out. Give it a spray. Okay, looking good. Let's get our horses put together. So 2 horses have holes. This one, okay. And then 2 horses don't have holes. So let's go ahead and put those together first. Put the glue on the one with the holes so you don't get the glue behind the holes. And the reason I use this tip is so I can get just a little bit of glue and not a ton. Too much glue and it gets pretty messy. Stand it up, line it up. And let's do that to the other horse. This one needs a little punch out right there. Hi, I'm just finishing up my video here. Okay, there we go. So the holes, when we put this together, are going to be on the inside. And these will get glued together, so they're stronger. Oops. This one can get a little messy there because it's hard to get glue in small areas without making a mess. Make sure it's lined up pretty good. All right, so this piece right here, pretty sure we just put it like that. And then this needs to be down. That hook needs to be down, and it's gonna go like this. So let's go ahead and put this piece on first. Whoops, I missed. All right, then glue in the holes again. And let's put the glue in on this side. line them up and go ahead and pinch it nice and tight and spray them. And there you have your wagon team. And if you want, you can go through and you can mark off all these little tabs with your black marker. Okay, you don't need to, but you can if you feel like it, because it's fun. All right, so the horses will go right here and pull your wagon. And we did it. We made our wagon. Looking good. Let's get our rope coiled up. So this has a lot of strands. I'm not sure if your piece will have all these strands on it, but grab a few. I have 2 strands. Grab them and pinch this and slowly pull out. And there we have 2 strands, which will make it more to scale. Let's go and do one more. As my grandchildren have played with this, I realize it works the best if you just glue it on. Okay, I've wrapped it around my finger. And it's gonna go on the hook right here. You don't, well, take the horses off. You don't have to glue it if you don't want to, but you can take another piece of string and tie the top, but I don't want to. So I put glue on that area, and now I'm gonna just try to loop it over and pull it down. And another dab of glue just so it won't fall off. And it soaks in pretty good. A little bit of spray. And there you have your rope. And now we want the cow. We have the cow and a milk bucket. So let's pull those out. So the cow can be on this little stand right here. And we're going to glue it to the stand. So the bottom. Now, the milk bucket I don't glue to the stand because you don't want to milk the cow while it's traveling, but you can put it in there when you're milking the cow. So, isn't that cute? We'll take that out, and then there's a hole right here, and that is for the string so that you can pull the cow behind the wagon as you travel. So let's get a string ready for that. Oh, I was just remembering, I think I used a rubber band once. That worked pretty good, but it'd probably break. I think it did break. Okay, I've taken 2 strands out and we'll line them up. Let's put it through the cow's neck. Probably a million ways you could do this. Do it however you like. But right now I've got it like even on both sides of the cow's neck, and I'm just going to tie a little knot to keep it there. Probably a double knot. There's 1, 2. So we don't want that cow to get away. So I think I want it about this far from my wagon, so that's where I want my loop. And it makes it tight, so maybe I'll make it a little further. So make a little loop there. And all I'm doing is just tying a knot so we have a little loop and cutting the excess off. All right, so this is what we have. Now you can pull your milk cow behind your wagon as you travel. There we go. All right, well, now all we have are the little pieces. The people, let's get those punched out. There are numerous tools in here that you might not need. Choose the ones you want to take with you. This one is a grease gun, and it's what you grease the wheels of your wagon with. So it's a pretty important tool to take with you. I like to put it in the wagon box. Keep it safe. And maybe the hammer, because it's small and it fits also. Well, it kind of fits. Okay. Then we've got gardening tools. If you push out on this where the tab is, then it works the best. So you don't break it. Got your little pitchfork. This one here is a bedroll, a lantern, cooking pot. Got your frying pan. There's a cast iron pan here, of course, so you can cook over the fire with it. Got a hatchet, and looks like our guns are not in this set. This must be an older set. It's just, I have a few guns on it. So you'll have a gun on yours. You can put it here, or you can just stick your hatchet in there and carry it along for when you get to logs in the road that you need to, or logs in your path that you need to chop. We'll put those aside. Let's get the people out. All the stands are the same size for the people, so it's fine if you mix them up. I drew these people to go with Little House on the Prairie. We've got Ma and Pa and Mary and Laura and Carrie and Grace, and I think we have Nellie and Willie. I'm not sure. I can't remember who I put there. But they could be any family. So a chicken and a dog and a baby. Okay, all the pieces are out. Let's throw that away. So what you'll want to do is glue your pieces in to the stand. I might not do all of those at this moment, just because the video is getting long, but glue them in like this and set them aside to dry. Let's get your dog glued in. Make sure you clean off your little spots that didn't come out perfectly. Dog, and let's do the chicken. I don't have a different size stand for the chicken, I don't think, so yep, it's all the same. Alright, go ahead and glue the rest of those, but I will wait on that, and let's make the little crib for the little baby. So, can't remember the order this needs to be, but we'll just try it. Take the end with the little hearts and put it on the big area like that. Actually, let's turn that one around. And this one is the head part. That way we have the decoration facing the same way. A little bit of spray, and then let's see here. Make sure they're even and push down all the way, and you know, standing straight up so these side pieces fit. And then the side pieces will go on like this. So let's go ahead and get some glue on those flat pieces. Might take a little bit of finagling to get it in there. There we go. There's one. Let's do the other side. All right, got our little cradle, our little bed for the baby, and baby's right here. I still have wet glue, so I'm not going to keep baby in there quite yet. Got that, and then let's go ahead and do the very last thing, which is the wagon box. Not the wagon box, but a box that goes in the wagon. Let's see here. Got a couple pieces that aren't quite perfectly out. How do I do this? This one is the lid, and I don't glue it on. So bottom. Because the bottom is the same as the lid. Let's go ahead and make the decorations on the outside of the whole thing. Sorry, it has been a while since I've done this. Okay, so we've got these pieces that are the same. There's a bottom and a top that are the same. So let's go ahead and start with these longer ones, and we'll put a little bit of glue here. Get that. Hold that while it dries and keep it nice and tight. Okay, and then these pieces will go here. Okay, once you get that in, pinch it nice and tight. And let's do the other side. You see how I'm not holding it very long when I've got glue on there, just because you want to move your fingers pretty quick if it's seeping out at all. And we've got lines on this. I'm just making sure they're lined up the same way. There we go. We have our little cooking box. Now this one, remember I said I don't glue the lid on. We've got a couple pots you can put in there. Maybe your lantern while you travel during the day. I don't think the bedroll looks like it will fit too, but I think I'll put it in first. Actually, I don't think I want the bedroll in there. It doesn't really fit. So, just the dishes. It's a cooking one anyways. Pop that lid on. Now it's pretty stuck. You have to take your fingernail and and pull it off. but that helps keep little pieces from getting lost. All right, we have our wagon done, and I know the video is getting long, so I'm going to end it there. But thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lot of fun playing with this, and contact me if you have any questions or need a different, piece sent to you that has broken. All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye.